dating apps?
Yeah. So, I'm back single and the dating apps have been a new thing for me. Obviously. Have you ever been on Hinge?
Never. I've never been on any dating apps. I tried to do a semi-dating app. You heard about that, right? Nightlifeunite.com?
No.
It was around the time that Tinder and Match.com were getting big. This is like 2013.
Okay.
And me and a couple of friends, Joey, one of them, we thought about a site just for the nightlife industry called nightlifeunite.com. And you could either pick, if you could pick 3 different choices between dating, friends, or just hookups. And then you could pick what type of genre you was your favorite genre and music.
Yeah.
And usually someone that's favorite genre is techno, they're not going to be compatible with someone that favorite music is country, right? So it definitely, and we wanted to do video chat. Yeah. But when I moved out to Vegas to start it, to really push it out there, my hosting took over.
My idea, though, is that like in the nightlife industry, do you really need a dating app? That's where you go to meet people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like also like same music doesn't always mean everything. Because I've dated a lot of people with different music friends. Now, is it fun to have like a party friend?
Yeah.
But that might just be more of a hookup because, you know what I mean?
That's how you can pick between the 3.
Superficial.
So what's going on with their Hinge experience right now? I want to know about that.
Okay, Hinge experience. It's really overwhelming because you get like a lot of people like.
I'm sure.
Right? You just get like a ton. So I'm like, at first it was fun, like the first week, but then it just gets like super overwhelming.
Yeah.
And there's just so many different personalities. But I will tell you, in a sense of how you want to grow as a person, I think go on a few Hinge dates and you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn, you might hear trends of like, you see in yourself, like you're talking too much, you're sharing too much information, or maybe you're not sharing enough. And so you'll kind of get that.
Yeah.
So my advice would be like, pick like 3 people that like you're not too worried about and save like your favorite one for last. Cause I feel like, you'll be on your game better, especially if you're coming out of a relationship.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, you know
it's
what
like
I mean?
Practice. Yeah.
It's practice because I think you kind of you lose the game, which as sad as it is, the stupid game, which ruins probably a lot of potential relationships. So we all know the game. And I think those of you who are watching, who's like, what's the game? Like don't text too fast.
Yep.
Don't show too much interest.
The stuff that no one talks about. Yeah.
No one talks about, but like behind closed doors, you really like them. And the people who don't engage in the game,
lose.
It's usually like, too much, too soon. So you have to play this happy medium. And I think
you have to master it.
People who don't play the game end up with people who don't play the game.
Yeah, which is great. I think eventually when you get old enough, it depends, each person's different depending on how many relationships they've been in. But sometimes people just get tired of it, right? And then they just, like right now, I'm in a place in my life where I am just completely honest. Like, remember that message?
You are really honest.
That message I left my ex?
Yeah.
Like, I left a message to my ex and she hasn't responded basically. Long story short, we went to a concert. She asked me to go. I saw her in the street for the first time in 2.5 years. We hadn't talked. Hit it off, of course, because we didn't have a bad breakup. It was just like, we just wanted different things. We both are very independent. We're both, and we just went our separate ways, which is an ideal breakup. And until you see each other again, and because, it just felt, it's comfortable,
Yeah.
And went to the concert and she basically said the door's still open. And I'm just like, the journey I'm on right now.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm not with her anymore. And I'm just in a different place. But it sucks because I still have those comfortable feelings. Like we had so much fun. I'm always going to think she's hot. Always going to think she's fun. I'm always going to enjoy certain things with her. But like we said before, timing.
It's the comfortability. And I think that even with my ex-husband is that there's a lot and then when you put kids into the equation, it can be really hard because there's a lot of things that are so comfortable about that. So it's easy to get into it. But a lot of times when I sit there and think, I'm like, this is not what I want to elevate, which I feel like you're on the same path. But we do live in such a toxic, okay, for instance, I've been following some influencers online.
Of course you have.
They're just everywhere. I'm sure we've all seen them. And they're like, literally, girls are giving dating advice because I'm like, oh, I haven't really been in the game. And all their dating advice is like, how to make him miss you, how to ruin him, how to make him
fall
for
dumb.
you. And the advice that they're giving these people is if you really want a man to like you, don't text him, don't ever want to hang out with him and be mean. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like true, because right now we live in such a place of easy access.
Yes.
And so I think that men are getting quality, but I think it goes the same way for women.
That's really funny you said that, because this new one right now that I'm talking to, that this somebody talking to, the less that she's responsive, the more this makes me think about her, the more it makes me want her, the more.
Exactly. But the thing is that when you are playing those games, and then, where do you go? When did the game stop? When can you start getting vulnerable? Because the true way a relationship is going to work is if you guys both decide like, hey, let's put our walls down and let's actually fall in love. Because you're not going to fall in love by not texting back. You have to be who you are. And I also think ChatGPT has become a really toxic thing, because I've also seen that girls are literally screenshotting their text messages with men.
No way.
And they're getting a response, and they'll look. ChatGPT is taking a bunch of stuff psychologically. So they're like, you want to clock him, girl? This is what you're going to say. I've seen this all online. And so
I never even crossed my mind to ask ChatGPT to what to say to text someone.
People are 43, dude. And
44.
You're 44, and you're in such a different era. But I'm like,
different place too.
You're in a different place.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy though, because I don't know. I think scarcity brings on attraction.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And maybe it's for people who haven't done the inner work though. Like, why are we chasing something we can't have? There's something.
Ooh, that's deep, actually.
Because
deep rooted.
Because it's like, if you're really comfortable in yourself, here's the thing.
You don't deal with anything.
No, and if I'm not really into you, if I am not really into you, I am texting you 5 times in a row, not caring if you don't respond.
That's very analytical of you. I've never heard you because that was peeling back another layer. Because honestly, like, we think about, why are we doing certain things? And it's like, when we know we shouldn't be, there's definitely some back-rooted issues, that trauma or unresolved trauma that's making us do that.
Rejection's really uncomfortable for anybody. I think it is. I think, high school, middle school, it's not easy for anyone. I think anyone can say, like, what were your years that you were picked on? Or when were you, like, because I feel like for me in younger school, I did really well. I had a ton of friends, and I went to middle school, and it was like an eye opener. You know what I mean? And so I think I had to.
Were you pretty when you were young too?
Young, I was cool.
Yeah.
And then middle school, I thought I was really cool. And then like I realized there's 5 different schools who are coming to the school, and they weren't going to put up with my shit. So I got treated. And so then I had to really learn a lot about myself. And but I think everybody goes through that. And I think it's just like the feeling of rejection. So it's like, it's weird, because the people that I do really like, I hold back more from. And the people that I like could see a potential, but like I'm not like as invested in my mind. I'll just be me. And then those people are just like chasing me because I'm being me. And then the one that I'm holding back from, it's like we just have this, like, you could cut through the tension,
I was just thinking while you're saying that, is that if anyone is a good judge of character, like, you look at me, like, you could tell that I'm insecure. And that's probably my worst thing, is insecurity. And there's a reason why I work out, besides, healthy. I have all these tattoos. I was always a clown when I was a kid, younger, because I had to get attention that way. I had to get validation and people to like me that way. And I think that's another reason why I serve others too so much. It's because you get people to like you more. And remember when Pearl Gonzalez said, like, if you don't feel valuable, make yourself valuable.
Yeah.
And then people will be drawn to you.
I saw a hot take, which I completely agree on. And it says, you can't be good looking and funny. You have to earn that. So it's either like you become good looking because you go to the gym and you get yourself to the place you want to be, and you're already funny because you've had like your fat years or whatever it was that like had to build character, or it's like you've always been good looking, or you just have a really crazy family. You know what I mean? Like, there's crazy stuff going on at home, so you've learned to be comedy. Like, technically, if you find somebody who can be both, they've had some shit.
I was always a class clown. I mean, because I grew up with Italians. Everyone was Italian. The popular kids, the good-looking people, the people with money, when I was a kid, were Italians. And I got picked on because I was like the only Asian. But then as I grew older, all my friends were all the Italians. So that's why I'm like, basically, I have no Asian friends. I have no Asian heritage, really.
You're
I
Asian
don't.
Italian.
I used to always say I'm a coconut. Brown outside, white inside. Twinkie, yellow outside, white inside.
Not an Oreo. He's like, I've heard the Oreo one, but I would say I'm a Twinkie.
I'm definitely yellow, and so I had problems growing up. It was really, I mean, and I love how we go on tangents. Like, where did that come from? We started talking about.
It's the fact that we've it is gross.
Did we start on relationships?
We started on Hinge. Hinge, hello.
I just hit the microphone.
So overwhelming. Like,
yeah.
I just can't. Like the first week, I was like, oh, this is cool.
Like, how many people message you a day from that?
I don't even get enough like it goes off so hard that it always says 50 plus, and so then I only see the people give me roses because they go to the top, and then it's like I'm just like no, and then like I'll say yes to someone, and then you have to like chat and see if you guys are compatible. And yeah, I mean, it's just as scary. I've never like had a relationship work out from that. Like I did it right after my
I don't
marriage.
go on those at all. I mean, I never have. I don't think I've ever been on. No, never been on. Nope. I've always been blessed to nightlife has always provided a nice little sea of girls. Maybe it wasn't the best ones, right? But that's where all my relationships, all my flings, all my one night stands have come from. Is all.
You don't need it when you're
nightlife.
that. Yeah, I mean, you have so many people who are just gonna see you and they're out, and
plus
they're
I'm really
vulnerable.
desirable.
You're desirable, but they're vulnerable. You're drinking. You're having fun.
Yeah.
That's how people used to meet.
100%.
And you're in that. That's what your life is.
And for me, like definitely with the position or stature, like if I was a certain level, if I was a manager at a club, or just as I grew more popularity and stuff, it was really nice. Not like I said, I created value and made myself valuable.
People chase, status.
Yeah, they do.
That's the thing. Do you really like someone,
I
or
don't.
do you like their status?
Yeah.
I have to worry about that. I wouldn't say, obviously I don't have a huge status, but like even like on my Hinge dates, I don't tell them I'm an influencer.
I think it's kind of funny though. I feel like for a guy, I don't know if this is just a personal thing, but I feel like for a guy, like I'm not chasing that, but girls are chasing that in guys.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think it can go both ways depending on like what personality you have.
maybe you're someone that we were just talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Certain people for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to, I guess once you get to a certain point, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, that's another thing. It's like when I'm on Hinge or whatever, it's like I have social media. I'm so out there in social media. Like, I mean, all over the board, I have 1.3 million followers.
I feel like you've been amping it up too a little bit, right?
I mean, it's 1.3 million.
No, I'm talking about just like your content, like just being more
Well,
out
no,
there
I'm being more me now. Like I will say like, I went through a phase. I'm in a really good place right now where I have the ability to like really show who I am and be unapologetic about it. Now, if I wanted to like stick to what has always made me get followers and do that, I could probably grow my social media tenfold.
Yeah.
But I'm in a place where I'm like, I'm going to be me for a little bit.